benefits. So Leilani got something from school I was reading today. It said the kids are having a gift exchange at school in their class. So they said the teacher said they would like all of them to be involved, and the minimum is $10. Not the maximum, the minimum is $10. And she said, girls will buy this for girls and boys buy this for boys. And what she said, Brother Tom, she said, buy a gift that you know your child will like. If you buy a gift that you know your child will not like, you might want to buy another gift. So for a gift exchange, buy something that you would like. Very good. If it's not something that you would like, then you might want to reconsider if you want a box of crackers. Okay? I thought that's count, but be thoughtful. Amen? Be thoughtful about it. Amen? Because it should be something fun and enjoyable. Alright? Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Did you keep this wonderful? Amen. So we hope you enjoyed we had such a great conference, didn't we? The conference was so powerful and so, I don't know, I can't think of the words, but it was just really fulfilling for me. I really was blessed with the conference. I know this is not a lot of things going on, a lot of seasonal things, especially if you have children, all of that stuff. So please take the opportunity as we are not having service on Tuesdays. Anybody on backside that we don't have service on Tuesday? No, okay, we'll make it. Enjoy the time. Perhaps we can still say Reverend Carl. Amen. Amen. I want to also see anything thoughts. If you are not on our messenger on Facebook, please kind of get on with this. Oh, like you can add somebody? Okay. If you are, if you are not on our Facebook Messenger, I would encourage you to get on just so we use it really for announcements too. If you're not a Facebook person, can you see me? Then I can have maybe an either way to contact you throughout the week if something comes up, like there's a prayer request or something, so that you can be in the loop with what's going on. Amen? I did want to announce that our thing is not working today. For some reason we're having some technical difficulties. So I didn't put the address up there, but I will put an address on our Facebook Messenger for Sister Ivana. So some of you have been asking about her, and it'd be nice to drop something for her or write to her or do something. I think that now she's at a point that she's a little bit more mobile and she may be able to, she's talking a little bit more now. For those couple months she wasn't talking and her communication was very, very limited, yeah? So, but now she's able to, so I know some of you have been asking. So if you've been asking, don't wait. Just do it. Drop her a line or drop her a card. I couldn't imagine being at a hospital in a room for 1, 2, or let alone 3 months. That would just drive me crazy. Amen. Isn't Jesus wonderful? Amen. Amen. We thank you. I want to say thank you also for you guys taking all the cards. I don't know if my wife never put penny card, but it looked like penny cards are missing. I don't know why they don't put the cards. I don't really know. But thank you for taking cards and always sacrificing and always giving to the things that we try to promote as a church. Amen. Amen. We have been so very blessed. Haven't we been blessed? Have you been blessed? Amen. We have been so very, very blessed. Amen. At this time, before we go into the word of the Lord, we did want to children to the Lord, we pray for them and bless them. If there was ever a time that we need our children to be prayed for, it's now. Not just because of their sensitivity to physical things, but also there's just so many things going on in the world. So much expectation of our children. Not only a human being, but in the spiritual realm too. Their research has shown, and is continually showing, the impressionable age of our children, the impressionability of them that young in so many fronts. Right, Brother Archie? This is such a vital age. I mean, we have to, sometimes we don't realize as parents how much we impress upon our children. If you use 4-letter words, your kids will use 4-letter words. Right? When you get mad and you pound the wall, that's how your kids are going to get mad. When they get ready to pound, they follow you. You are their teacher. Teach them patience. If anybody knows, if you've ever been a teacher, all of you are teachers. Sometimes the hardest lesson is the one for you to do. I keep trying to tell Nani that, in my own way, that your sisters are following you. Everything you do, they're following you. They're following you, thinking about what you're doing. But that's what we do. Just this morning, I guess, Valentina learned the art of speaking tongue. I know that's not for me. She learned like this to me today. Probably from Auntie Kalani, she said. We want to, Denise, if you can come with the grandchildren and those involved. Just the innocence of our children are being stripped away so early. And still they are heritage unto the Lord. Amen. What you both have in your hands, have something. Put them really close. The world, the email packet is, the stamp on that packet is fragile, handle with care, right? Because what's in the packet is very vulnerable and great. I think it's befitting for us today that our children are fragile. And oftentimes we tend to their physical needs. But there's so many other needs that we must tend to. We're going to ask for you to stretch your hand forward, and we're going to pray today. We're going to pray for Keone. And we want to first pray God's blessings upon them. Amen. Heavenly Father, we come before you today, Lord. We pray right now, Lord, for Keone and Noah. We pray faith, Lord. But first of all, that you would give them good health, Lord. You've created these bodies in the wombs of their mothers, Lord. That you would give them good health from the top of their head to the soles of their feet, Lord. That you would help the intricacies of their little bodies, oh God, work as you have created them to work, Lord. That you would shield them from sicknesses, Lord God. That you would shield them from illnesses, Lord. That you would shield them from the things that would try to come against them, Lord. We pray in the name of Jesus that you would protect their minds. That you would protect their minds from the evil influences in this world, Lord God. That these two children, Lord, would be able to grow up in the ways of you, Lord. That at the rightful age, Lord, they would recognize, Lord, that you are the author and the finisher of their faith, Lord God. That at the rightful age, Lord God, the choices they make, Lord, would lead them down the paths of righteousness, God. I pray, Lord, today that you would dispatch angels upon Keone, dispatch angels before Noah, dispatch angels before them, Lord. When they're out of the eyes of adults, Lord, dispatch angels before them. When they lay down at night, Lord, dispatch angels of divine protection before them, Lord. I pray, Lord, that your blessings will be upon them. I pray tonight, oh God, that your purpose in their lives, that they don't know right now, but that it will come to fruition, Lord. That whatever the purpose and calling you have for Keone, that you would bring it to pass in his life, God. Whatever the purpose and calling that you have in Noah's life, God, that you would bring it to pass also, Lord. That as they grow into young adults, Lord, that you would help them to make the right choices. We pray today, Lord, for their parents, Lord. The influence of their mothers, oh God, that they would influence them in the right ways, God. That they would go beyond just providing food and sustenance for their bodies, Lord. But they would look at these young boys and shape character into them, Lord. Shape responsibility into them, Lord. That they would look at these two young boys, Lord God, and they would shape them to be young men, Lord God, that are responsible and accountable, God. I pray, Lord, that you give these mothers wisdom, Lord. Wisdom in what to do when times are frustrating and things don't meet up how they're supposed to, Lord. Bless those that are involved in their home, their aunties and their grandparents, Lord. We ask you, Jesus, as we look down the path of life, Lord, in years to come, Lord, we would be able to look back and see what a great thing that you have done in their lives. And we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. I would like to say to mothers and grandmother too, you really have an awesome responsibility there. And God has really gifted you with these children. You know, they say that boys really cling to their mothers. Isn't that true, any boys? Yeah, Archie really clings to his mother. But they do say boys naturally gravitate towards their mothers. When I call my parent, it's my mom that I ask for, not my dad. Or if my dad answers the phone and says, "You want to speak to your mother?" But there's a lot said into how mothering goes that shapes the future of the children, the impact of a mother. You have an awesome responsibility. We want you to remember this day and the blessing that God has given you. Amen. Amen. Let's lift the hand one more time. And let's just love him all over this house. Lord, we thank you and we honor you, Lord. We honor you for these two children, Lord. I pray, Lord, that I cannot pray it enough, Lord, that you would shape these two boys to be responsible young men, Lord, and to fulfill your calling in their lives. And we ask these things in Jesus' name. Let's love them one more time as they return to their seats. Hallelujah. I'll tell you another reason why raising good young boys are important. It sounds really interesting, funny, I guess might be, but it was recently I was praying for my daughters, and I strangely, Brother Archie, found myself praying that in time to come, if they will get married, that God will give them godly husbands. You may say, they're only 5, they're only 3, they're only 2. That 5 went past really fast. And inside of my heart as a father, if they get married one day, then my hope, Brother Archie, my prayer would be that I don't waste my 18 years of raising a godly child to not be partnered up and become one with an ungodly child. We need godly men too. Amen. Amen. We're going to dismiss our children through the back door. If you can wait at the back door. And everybody else, we want you to turn to Ecclesiastes tonight. Ecclesiastes chapter 9. So I gotta tell you, this whole week, I was getting closer to Sunday. I was getting rather excited about today. Because I felt like there were so many challenges in so many respects this week. But I also felt like that we've been victorious over so many challenges this week too. Amen. And I was excited because I wasn't measuring it by our challenges, but I just felt inside of me that with all the challenges, those that I know and those that I don't know about, there was a great level of victory this week too. Amen? Now you might have not seen things, waters, seas parting and all that, but sometimes just holding the faith is a victory. And I felt like the enemy in so many areas this week had come in like a flock, but some of us have not even recognized it because the Spirit of the Lord has lifted up a standing against it. I'm watching physical challenges being prolonged. I'm aware of some shifts and changes as things happen this week in individuals. And Buena went through the surgery this week, which is the first, right? Did you get through the anesthesia good? Yeah. That's ironically the thing I was praying for. I knew the surgery would be alright, but just get through that involving of something that was not good in that body, you know? Amen?
Amen.
It was a great week.
Amen.
It was making up the E this week. I felt so much pressure and so much things having to do this week. But yet I felt the peace of God this week. Amen.
Amen.
So today, in my search on a sermon today, I don't have a sermon. But I do have a message. And what's the difference? Well, oftentimes there are sermons but no messages. I felt like today just coming to church and just all I could think of was, I shall arise. That's all I could think of this week, Brother Marcus. I shall arise. Rejoice not over me, O my enemy, I shall arise. You know, got the devil on the run, Brother Archie, and all kind of stuff piling up, but I shall arise. And all I could really think of this week is God is good. God is good. The week before last week, my patience was trying so hard that I stood there contemplating if I should say something or if I should allow this attack that's being spit in my face and for me to respond. But I just felt the Lord said, just close your mouth. And I left that feeling like, oh, I shall arise. Sometimes as a male, you want to flex your muscles, right? And say, nobody talk to me like that. But that's how I know God is taking us through different kinds of challenges. Amen?
Amen.
Different levels of challenges. And what was the word last week? You're going to show your faith through your testing. Your faith is going to come through your testing. But if you're tested, know that God has a miracle for you.
Amen.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, and I want to read one verse tonight. Once again, I have a message. I don't have a sermon, sorry. But I'm at a point in my life, Sister Kathy, that I've heard a lot of good sermons. But sometimes, not sometimes, but what I need is just a word from the Lord. Amen, Brother Jarvis? Sometimes just a good word, Brother Carl, satisfies the soul. Amen?
Amen.
There's some sermons I preach, I don't even remember what they were. But some messages that God shared I remember over and over and over again. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. Thank you, Lord, for your word. Speak to us for the next few moments in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. We are maybe seated tonight. We are so saddened. Some of you may even not know her, but by the passing of our dearest sister Lucy. So most of you probably don't know her. restricted her. She would come to our services when we were in Miami cafeteria. She would say, Brother Michael, I so enjoy coming to church, but please forgive me. It's so hard for me to come because of her health. She couldn't sit long enough. But this woman's faith in God is so rock solid. Sometimes I would go and visit her, and by her physical appearance, by the words coming out of your mouth, you would have thought that she'd been in church 7 days a week. I remember last time when I visited her, Brother Tom, just the faith. She said, Brother Michael, I'm praying before you leave. You would think we had a prayer meeting that rocked the house. But these are our mentors. These are our role models. We have our own role models. I was reading somebody's message on Facebook about the sister. She was almost 80 years old. She was an apostolic Pentecostal through and through, lived up in the hills of Makakino, if you've ever seen one. I was telling my wife, she was so much part of my early years of coming to God. And she never gave up. And that's what I want to talk about tonight for a few moments. Never give up. Some years ago, some of my great friends wrote a CD and they called it Never Give Up. You ever heard that CD?
Never give up.
The veterans, they used to sing, Never Give Up. Oh, what a strong message. Never give up. That's my message today to you. Never give up. No matter where you are, what's going on in your life, what challenges are coming before you, never give up. Don't surrender. I find myself fascinated. Well, maybe fascinated is a very strong word. But I find myself maybe entertained and just inquisitive about ex-President Ronald Reagan. He just, I don't know, I like listening to his speeches. I was listening to his speech the other day, and they were comparing him to Obama, and President Obama was giving a speech, and people on the side were interrupting him and asking questions. And in his civil way, President Obama was talking and say, well, I'll answer that later. And he would turn to, well, we'll get to that later. And they just keep interrupting him. And then they did a video of Ronald Reagan giving his speech. And somebody was interrupting him on the side. And he just kept going and they interrupted again. And he just turned to them and he said, will you just shut up? And they were quiet. There are some interesting leaders that have risen and led many people. One of them is Winston Churchill, if you've ever heard about his tenacity. They said that he was a strong advocate, Winston Churchill, of never yielding and never giving up. They said on October 29, 1941, did you ever hear that? Okay. You probably heard a lot about Winston Churchill, right? Yeah. They said on October 29, 1941, he addressed a group of school kids, a group of students rather, at a school that he had attended as a young boy. And he made a speech, and a part of that speech became very famous and popular. And as a matter of fact, they say it became legendary. And this is what part of the speech he said. Never give in. Never give in. Never, 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 never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in. Except to the convictions of honor and good sense. He said, never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy. Now, I don't know if you know much about church too, but Winston Churchill. But that's what he was known for. Never yielding. And the success that came and the victory that came because he had instilled in people to not give up. Many people would have given in and given up and not achieved the victory, Brother Archie. But there was a man that spoke words of conviction, Brother Tom. Never give up. I've come to tell you today, Pentecostals of Waianae, never give up. Never give in. Don't matter if it's big, don't matter if it's small, don't matter if it's large, don't matter if it's something petty. Never give in except to the convictions of honor and good sense. Amen? What a commitment, right, Brother Carl, to never give in. Amen. What a commitment, right, Brother Archie, to never give up. Amen. When it's easy to give up. Amen. This week I had so many things that was coming down the pipe for a class that I've taken, and I just felt so overwhelmed because it's like everything's coming down right at one time with work and some other things that I'm tempted, God is calling sick today and don't go to class today and have to extend it to another day. One of the days, my wife took the girls to the emergency room this week, and I had class them, and I told the teacher, I know we have a main exam today, but my girls are in the emergency room, and I just don't know if I'm going to make it back in time. She said, don't worry, Nika. Your children and your heart are always the first priority. So I felt like, oh, if I just say it's fine, and I said, whoa, I don't have to do that. I can study longer for the test, right? It just so happened that my wife came back an hour before class, and I had time to make the class, and I thought for a moment, oh, should I just not do it? But then I also thought, if I don't address it now, I'll have to go on for another day, and another day, and another day. And then I went to class, she was shocked when she seen me, but never give up. The writer in Ecclesiastes says, the race is not to the swift. See, the race is not to the swift. It's not how fast you run. It's you getting across the finish line. It ain't you comparing to everybody else. And it also says, the battle is not to the strong, too. You see Max just won, right? So they're saying that possibly they don't know how his health is going to hang on, if he's going to fight more or if they're going to cause him to retire, right, Brother Archie? Oh, I figured Brother Archie would pass out. I know, I probably got insurance for him. But Max Holloway fought a fight because of his health and didn't think he would be able to fight, but he still won. And it's interesting, the scripture says, the battle is not to the strong either. There's something more than just physical strength inside of us. There's something more than just the ability to get things done. Because many of us have that go-getter attitude. We can get things done, but never give up. Amen? What did Jesus say? But he that shall endure when? To the end. The same shall be. He said, this main thing, you make it to the end. You might be bruised, you might be beaten. I don't know. Sometimes I like YouTube, sometimes I don't. I was watching something on YouTube of a Japanese marathon runner. And this lady was running, Brother Tom. And probably maybe about how many yards is it around the field of the Archie? Is it 400? 440. You don't know. This guy's out. 440. You probably don't know either, right? But about 1/4 way left before she reached the finish line, she fell and broke her ankle. And people started passing her. She was in her running shorts and she fell and I think she broke her leg. She crawled the rest of the way on her knees, on the rock, skidded her whole knees. She crawled to the finish line. To pass the baton to the next runner. You see, it's not to the swift the race. It's getting across the finish line. It's not always what's happening in your life. It's reigning victorious and exercising that faith in Him who is able to do what? Exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we can ask or think. I feel like the Lord is shouting to us today, never give up. I feel like we might not all be running high on faith and all these things might be happening in our lives, and we might be running high on faith, but in the midst of all kind of stuff that we would opt to not be involved in right now, or not be happening to us right now, never give up. I've been struggling for 4 weeks. I've been sick for 4 weeks. And you might not see it, but I haven't been feeling it for 4 weeks. And part of the struggle has been work. Work hasn't made me sick, but just going to work and functioning how I need to function in the hot classroom, not feeling at your best. And sometimes that's how we are. Things just draw and sap strength from us. But we still have to stand and function at our best. Amen? Amen. Tell your neighbor, never give up. Remember this guy named Job? Or Job? I just want to share a few things about Job that is so inspiring and encouraging to me today. Job knew how to hold on and never give up. That's what Job had inside of him. Brother Archie, you said we have that inside of us, right? Christ in us is that ability to never give up. I'm sure if I put this microphone in many of your hands, you could stand up here and give us a story of how challenging right now is in some lives. And it probably very much is so. But not being insensitive, but regardless of that, God is still the same. God is still in control. I know Kuana, when I look at the thing on the ark, I know Kuana got to think, what's this lesson, Lord? What are you trying to teach me? You know, sometimes God likes to strip our security from us. You know how it feels when you meticulous about all your bills and paying everything and budgeting stuff, and you just find out that this month, man, it's rough this month. And it's not always rough, but this month is a rough month. And I just got to figure out how to do stuff. Sometimes God likes to strip your security because sometimes we're too confident in what we can do in our finances. But God is really our provider, not you. Sometimes we're too confident in our health too. I'm not saying that's why it goes harm in it. I'm just saying God uses all kinds of things to strip our security. When we don't realize how overly confident we are in keeping my family together, but now all that stuff unravels in the family. How overly confident we are in just thinking that I know I'm supposed to do this and that, but our health is that. We might not be something that we think about. Never give up. Tell your neighbor, never give up.
Never give up.
Tell your other neighbor, never give up. Job had that attitude, Sister Kalani, to never give up. I don't know, this last couple of weeks was the death week, I think. I can count right now, in the last 2 weeks, of 4 people that died. You know, Job lost many of his possessions. You know that, right? He lost it all. 10 children. 10 children. 10 of them. Okay. I get worried when I see my kids sick. I remember one time Sasa, remember Sasa was so sick? She had this migraine that was just hurting her. Remember that time? It was just so bad, we had to take her to the emergency room, migraine. Her head was so sore, she didn't know what went on. And I remember that time, I just never imagined that when you're defenseless, when you don't know what to do, and you have to trust in a doctor. It's not like, oh, I'm feeling the doctor, but it's like, you remember that time as I took she was having diabetes? When I look at my children and I see my parents and their adults not taking care of them, and my neglect or just how it felt, and I just don't know what I would do. We lost 10 children. It's not the normal course of life for children to go before parents. Right? 10 of them. One after another. If it's not one, if it's not two, it's 10. Then, if that wasn't enough, he lost his own health. And if that wasn't enough, his whole reputation went down the drain. It seemed like there was a big, we call it the big black cloud. It seemed like there was a big black cloud in front of him. It seemed like over him, and a big black shadow maybe in front of him. There was blocking his view from God's purpose in his life. And sometimes there's this big black shadow in front of us that blocks our view of God's purpose in our life. We don't understand why and how come this is happening. I don't know how this is going to all fit together, God, but I trust it's going to somehow. You ever been there? You know what, Job? Even though he had that big shadow in front of him and he couldn't see God's purpose in his life, he still held on. Archie, you quote that scripture sometimes, I cannot see to the right, I cannot see to the left. Job couldn't see and perceive what was in front of him. Remember he said that? Amen. I cannot perceive what's behind me, but still, I trust in you, God. Still, I know, God, that you are there. I don't know how this bill will be paid. I don't know how to pay my registration. I don't know how to pay my water bill that's coming up. I don't know how to keep my electric on. I don't know because my check was only this month. I don't know. I didn't expect this to happen this week and all of this kind of stuff. And still, God, He's still here. In the midst of a lot of, I don't know, there is one I do know. That's right. And to make it worse, his wife, that wasn't what made it worse. But his wife told him, what she told him? Not just curse God and die. That's what she said. His wife. Honey, I know you're sick, I know you helped me going on too. I know your vacation is going, I'll take care of that. Oh, you lost everything, person. I don't, that's what she said. Then if that wasn't enough, one of his so-called close friends that was supposed to be the one to comfort him told Job that you're full of sin, that's why. Didn't encourage him and pointed fingers at him. He said, Job, you actually deserve worse than you're getting out. Think about all of that just going on. And yet Job refused to give up. He still refused to give up. I think there's a lot to be said about having a genuine and real relationship with God. I said, I think there's a lot to be said about that, Brother Tom. Having a real relationship with God. And Job also, when you look at the scripture, Job had all these things on the outside coming against him. But Job also had an internal conflict happening inside of him too. It's one thing that everybody else there on your case, but it's another thing to be struggling with your own inadequacy, with your own inhibition, with your own guilt, with your own junk in your own life, with your own whatever, right? The Bible says this in Job chapter 3. For the thing which I greatly fear is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. It's believed that Job was referencing his children. He lost them. I'm wondering if Job was feeling the responsibility and taking the blame and dealing with the guilt and dealing with that about him losing all of his children. Man, that's a lot. I know this is something completely off the record, but I've seen Jay Foggy and I don't know, I have this, I pressed the like button on Facebook and I'm on this page about encouraging quotes. And kind of a winner's attitude kind of thing. I don't know how I got there, but I'm glad I'm there. And the old Jay Foggy. And I forgot what she said, but basically what she was saying was, we grow and we know God more when dark times come in our lives. She said it was when I was at the verge of a nervous breakdown that I really see how the reality of what God was about. That's really what she was saying. It's in our darkest hours. She said, basically just cannot give up. Because there really is a way when it seems like no way. Amen? Amen. Job prayed every day. Every day, Sister Logan. Every single day. He prayed every day. And I gotta believe that in his prayers every day was for his kids. Yet somewhere all came back. And I'm wondering if Job started cataloging, did I miss last Friday, did I miss Tuesday, or should I prayed more for this, or should I have not rushed and been in such a hurry to get out and feed the cows today? Should I have spent more time like God told me? You know, Brother Archie, I'm sure you pray for your kids every day, right? And ask God for protection on them and guidance on them. And sometimes when things happen, I don't know if you take the blame for it, but I know with my own kids, sometimes I pray more diligently than I do other days, but I do pray for my kids every day. And sometimes I'm worried that if I don't pray diligently enough, that it leaves a big open door for them. Maybe you don't think that, but that's how I feel. I feel that responsibility upon myself to put a hedge and protect my children. And that may very well be what Job felt too. Yeah. And when they were all killed, so he was dealing with that conflict too. I have a co-worker that I work with. Her mom just died too. Her mom just died a few months ago. Every day, she drops me off at work when we get after work. And more often than not, she'll look at me and she'll say, "This house." Captain, when did her mom die? Probably about the same time as my mother-in-law. This is a few months back. She would drop me off and drive me, and at least a couple times a week she'll look at me and she'll say, "This house." Maybe 15 years old. She said, "This house." What I would say, right? Get over it. I couldn't say that. She probably miss her mom. I miss my mom. I miss my mom. That's what she got to do. And every time I do that, I tell her that I love her. I wish she knew that I loved her. But she feels it inside of her that she said, I feel like you ain't never do enough for her. I said, oh, you know, we all know she did so much for her mom, but that internal righteous accounting, that feeling, right? Did I do enough? Did I do what I was supposed to do? And that's what Job was dealing with. But you know what? He never gave up. He kept holding on. He was so persistent. Even though he prayed daily, it still didn't prevent the tragedy.
That's right.
But he prayed daily. Sister Angel, we pray for our family daily, and yet they still, right? S-T-I-L, not gonna steal. Not S-T-E-A-L. Right? Stay still. What an oxymoron, yeah. And we pray for them daily, and they still do. And we pray for them daily, right? And I pray for them, and yeah, I feel like I'm the loser at the end. And I keep praying every single day. And yet it still happens. But Job still had the tragedy. Even though he prayed for them. But Job persevered in his loyalty to God. Brother Jarvis, he still held on. He still held on. He still held on. The doctor said you really have pneumonia. He still held on. Job said in Job 10, he said, I am full of confusion. Anybody ever been confused? They think this don't make sense? He still held on. So they have a message for you today. Never give up. I'm not here to impress you, but I'm teaching. I'm talking to you. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. You know what has encouraged me really listening to? Knowing that I feel like we all walk in the same path all the time. I didn't surprise me to say. I didn't surprise the other people are sick too. Just can't get over it. We walk. What encourages me is we walk in the same path, but we're still walking. And that encourages me that we're still walking. Amen. My phone not ringing off the hook and say, oh, no, we're still walking. That encourages me because I know that in your little time at home, you go to do, say a prayer, that's what God works and right, say a little prayer for you. You don't know the value of that though. The other day I was sitting at home and somebody came to my mind that I haven't seen in probably 15 years. I don't know why. I don't know. God knows. Can you imagine how many people God probably put you on their mind and they pray for you and give you all love? At the right moment, at the right time. Yeah. He knows. Job said, I'm full of confusion. Yeah, so many times I'm confused too, but never give up. In other words, Job was saying, I don't know why all this is happening. You know, for the people who had that need to understand everything, the analytical ones, right? It don't make sense. That's the hard time, right, with the car open. It doesn't make sense, right?
Amen.
Then we got to shift to the next gear. It doesn't have to make sense. It'd be nice if it did make sense, but God is not tied to having to make sense. That's why I just couldn't imagine what I would do without Him. Right, Sister Catherine, we have a nervous breakdown, yeah? Seriously. Job said in chapter 16, I'm almost he's talking more of the stuff happening inside of him. Listen to what he said in chapter 16. He says, this is his inner thoughts. Listen to this. You guys have inner thoughts too, right? Tons of them, right? He said, God hath delivered me to the ungodly and turned me over to the hand of the wicked. This is him talking. Wow, God, all this I did, and they just having a heyday. I tell you, 2 weeks ago, I was in a place that I just put my wife in. Somebody else next to me. He apologized to me for somebody else. Like, close your mouth. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. God is big, and just a lot of people. And when you hear God in this, say, shut up. Shut up. You just shut up. I guess after living 40-something years, you guys, it's not the loudest voice in the crowd, right? That gets the attention, yeah? I learned that from Sister Cuena's mom. Sister Buena's mom don't talk a lot, but when she talks, everybody listen, right, Buena? Her mom will sit there, she don't say too much. But when she does talk, every head in the room is not over talking her, right, Brother Archie? And she doesn't talk a lot, she talks very low. Because she doesn't feel the need to get everything that she knows out of the table. And when she said, a word said at the right time, right, the Bible said fitly, right? The opposite gold, yeah? That's your mom, yeah? She said the right word at the right time. Job said, I was at ease, but he has broken me asunder. Everything was going good, but God, you had to mess up everything. He has also taken me by my neck and shaken me to pieces and set me up for his mark. God, why? He's moving right over for the enemy. His archers compass me round about. He cleaveth my reins asunder and does not spare. He pours out my gall upon the ground. He breaketh me with breach upon breach. He runneth upon me like a giant. It's the same Job was sharing with the Pharaoh that he felt like God had set him up as target practice for the enemy. Yet, guess what? Job what? Never gave up. Anybody ever felt like target practice for the enemy? Job never gave up. Everybody else laughing at you, but never gave up.
Amen.
Job never lost his confidence in God, even when he couldn't understand why things were going this way. He never lost his confidence in God. Though he slay me, Job said, right? Yet will I trust in him. But we don't read the rest of the scripture. But I will maintain my own ways before him. And I'm not only trusting him in faith, but I'm going to keep my ways before him. Job never lost confidence in his walk with God. He said, but he knoweth the way that I take. When he has tried me, I shall come forth as gold. Job never lost his personal self-esteem. Job never lost his confidence. He refused to be intimidated by everybody else. He said in Job 12 that I have confidence as one of you. Job said this in Job 12. He said, I am not inferior to you. People don't call the shots for you. And you know in the closing chapters of the book of Job, Job's life, God rewarded Job's tenacity, and God rewarded Job's compassion. The Bible says that the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. And the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than the beginning. I tell you tonight as I close, perseverance and doing the right thing always pays off. Not just holding on to something, but holding on and doing the right thing. Job didn't just hold on. And sometimes we have no choice. We just gotta hold on to everything going on. He held on and kept encouraging and did the right thing. I end tonight by telling you, never give up. Tell your neighbor, never give up.
Never give up.
Tell your other neighbor, never give up. Let's stand tonight. And I want you to grab somebody by the hand.
Never give up.
Grab somebody by the hand.
Never give up.
Look at them in the eye and say, never give up.
Never give up.
If you know their name and that's your Auntie Kathy, look at her and say, Auntie Kathy, never give up. Look at them. Because you know what? You don't know what that word might mean to them. Never give up. God knows. Never give up. Take their hand And I want you just to lift your hand together. Never give up. Take their hand.
Never give up.
Raise the hand. Never give up. Never give up. I want you to pray for them. Pray one for another. Just pray. Never give up.
Down of God.
Transfer faith to them right now.
Give her the strength she needs, Lord God. Determination, Lord God, and the
Never
power
give up.
never give
Never
up.
give up. Never give up.
One, Lord God.
Never, 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 never,
Despite the adversary, Lord God.
keep your integrity. Never give up.
Bless her, Lord Jesus. Bless her. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Squeeze that hand.
Hallelujah. Bless the Lord Jesus.
Never give up.
Hallelujah. Bless the Lord Jesus. Jesus' name. Jesus' name. Oh, that can feed us with walking satisfied.
Let's just be sensitive to what God wants to do. Never give up. No matter how hard it gets, never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. I trust you, Lord. I trust you, Lord. I trust you, Lord. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up.
Hallelujah.
Never give up. Never give up. As we dismiss you today, whoever's hand you are holding, look at them one more time. And you know what you need to tell them. If you need to give them a hug, give them a big hug and say, never give up. Be blessed. Be blessed abundantly. Love you.